Ministries is a Rogue Media Network production.
Welcome back to the show. A wonderful event is on the way on May 12th. It is the Celebrating Life Luncheon for Council for Life Central Texas. And I'm delighted to be a part of the board of directors of this organization, but have been able to come to many of these events over the past several years. And so I am so happy to have our luncheon chairs here with us today, Debbie Sartain and Berkley Knas, and our one fearless leader, who is our chairman of the board of the directors of Council for Life Central Texas, Carole Ellis. We are really excited about the event because Kirk Cameron is going to be our keynote speaker. So in just a few minutes, we'll be showing you my interview with Kirk that we pre-recorded. But first of all, it's a little bit about the luncheon. This is going to be on May 12th. Berkley, you want to just sort of give everybody the...
Yes. Thank you, Ann,
Who,
for
what,
having
where,
us
when, and why?
on the Ann Harder Show. We are so honored to be here. May 12th, we're just about 13 days away, so we need to know if you do not have your ticket. You need to get it very quickly in the next day or so. Go online, just Google Council for Life Central Texas, and that will pull up our luncheon website. You can do everything online. It is Tuesday, May 12th. We have a pre-luncheon reception from 11 to 12 at the Convention Center, and then the Brazos Ballroom doors will open at noon for the keynote and program with Kirk Cameron. We recognize that's a work day, and we have you out of there by 1:05 so that you can return to your job.
Well, let's talk a little bit about what Council for Life is all about. Carole, you were a co-chair of the luncheon last year.
Yes, the last 2 years.
Okay, all right. So you're very familiar with all this. What is it about Council for Life that really speaks to you?
Well, let me tell you a little bit about kind of our history, and then kind of a little bit about that. We are celebrating 25 years this year. Council for Life Central Texas has been in Waco since 2021, when we hosted our first luncheon at Ridgewood Country Club.
I was there.
It's a lot smaller then.
Yeah.
We are an affiliate of Council for Life in Dallas that was founded in 2001 by a group of 11 women to fund life-affirming organizations. The mission of Council for Life is to empower women, men, and youth to make life-affirming choices. We do this in two ways. We educate. We educate about the humanity of the unborn child, the vast resources available to women facing an unplanned pregnancy, and the devastating harm of an abortion. And we fundraise. We fundraise for outstanding local pro-life nonprofits who share our mission for the sanctity of life.
Well, it has over the years. And again, the Central Texas chapter, if you will, of Council for Life is not that old, but it's really raised a lot of money. And Debbie Sartain, it is a delight to have you here with us.
Thank you.
First time I've had a chance to have you on the show, but you are my hero when it comes to philanthropy and nonprofit work. And you have worked on a lot of events.
A lot of events.
Just your thoughts about being a part of this event.
I think the difference in this group is that we really have, we share values and we share prayer, and it's easy to start every need in the community with, praying about it. And that's different from any other organization that I've been a part of. So I have raised money and done a lot of different organizations, but this is the first one that really, really touches your heart.
Well, this Celebrating Life Luncheon is going to be at the Convention Center in the Brazos Ballroom. And again, we are going to have the amazing Kirk Cameron as our keynote speaker. And I had the chance to visit with him. So we're going to just take a few minutes now and listen to my interview with Kirk Cameron, who, of course, you know from the sitcom Growing Pains. He's got a lot to say about these issues. It is a delight for me to get to visit with Kirk Cameron. Of course, you know him from the hit sitcom Growing Pains as Mike Seaver. And it is just so fun to get to talk to you via Zoom here as we get ready for the Council for Life Celebrating Life Luncheon coming up on May 12th. And you will be our keynote speaker. It's wonderful to see how you've been so bold in proclaiming your faith and in supporting those ideals you have. So why do you think events like Celebrating Life Luncheon and Council for Life, why these things are so important now?
Well, I'm honored and thank you very much. Celebrating life and viewing life as sacred has always been important. However, we live in a different time now than my grandparents lived, and certainly different than generations previous to them. But if we go back to the beginnings of America, this is a country that understood that life was sacred because by and large, everyone believed that life was a gift from God, not just something to be used or wasted or counted as something you could just discard. Now, of course, there's always been cruel and evil people, and there's always been murder, and there's always been war. But the values that most people lived on were, generally speaking, different than they are today because largely Hollywood, the music industry, schools, and our institutions have drifted away from a belief and a trust in God and in the values that He gives us. Among them are the sanctity of life in the Bible. And so today, it's really important to celebrate things like the sacredness of life. Many of us have personal connections with this issue. Either family and friends are post-abortive. Many of them have children like I do, and they will be facing difficult decisions. And as for me, my wife is an adopted child, and 4 of our 6 children are adopted. And so my whole family exists because of people who believe that life is sacred and that the most brave and generous and loving thing that you can do in the event of an unplanned pregnancy is not to abort the baby, but to give that child a chance to live, either with you as their parent or to another deserving and prayerful set of parents who would love to adopt that baby. And if we don't get it right on the life issue, everything else will necessarily fall apart, because the moment we stop treasuring life as a gift from God and viewing it as sacred, it's that much easier then to continue on and not value life at every other stage. If not at the beginning, you can then justify devaluing life everywhere.
Well, it was a delight for me to get to hear Kirk Cameron's heart. I mean, this is a guy who's so accomplished in so many ways. And again, I have with me Carole Ellis, who is the president of the board of directors, or chairman. What is your title? Do you go by chairman of the board of directors for Council for Life Central Texas, and Debbie Sartain and Berkley Knas, who are our fearless chairman of the luncheon. And this luncheon really is the big fundraiser for Council for Life. What does it mean to you? Because you've been involved, Berkley, with this organization longer than I have, and of course, probably not even as long as Carole has, right? I don't know how many years, but
Carole's been here for a while.
But you have seen and had interaction with these local agencies that receive the money that's raised by Council for Life.
Yes, and Council for Life Central Texas is in our 7th year. And in 7 years, just 7 years, we have, through the generosity of donors and pro-life leaders in this Central Texas community, we have donated over $807,000 to 15 life-affirming nonprofits in Central Texas. Council for Life Central Texas covers a 6-county region. That's Bell, Bosque, Coryell, Falls, Limestone, and McLennan County. So Council for Life Central Texas is fully funding grants within those 6 counties for life-affirming organizations.
Well, one of the wonderful things that Council for Life does in trying to hone in on which agency or beneficiary, we call them, to sponsor, because there's so many great works. And that's kind of a tough job. Carole, talk a little bit to that about how you go about deciding who to give money to in the form of a grant.
Well, it is I'm going to go kind of to what Debbie said a minute ago. This organization puts so much prayer into everything. And we begin praying for our beneficiaries from the get-go. We take a little break in the summer, just from meeting, but we just continue to pray for God, lay on our heart who needs finances this year. And this year we had a record number, 15, that applied for grants. And they are required. If you want to apply for a grant, you have to fall into one of those counties. You have to attend it's an education event in Dallas that the Dallas Council for Life puts on. If you think, they tell you everything about it. Then they apply. They put in their applications. Then we take a look at all. Dallas is, they're so wonderful, and they help us with all of this because they have the big manpower there. So they take all of these organizations, they look at everything they've turned in, and then they vet them. They look over finances. They look over their mission. They have to be a pro-life organization. Everything in that organization has to line up with our Christian mission, our pro-life, including adoption agencies, everything. Then Dallas will send back to us who all would qualify. And so this year we had, like I said, we had 15 that applied, and I knew our February meeting was going to be, it was going to be tough. It's like, okay, Lord, who do you want us to choose? Mm-hmm. And so we assign a board member to go out to each one of these agencies. And the board member that's assigned, they try to go on site if possible, and they do an interview process. And so in February, our February meeting is everyone presenting their organization that they interviewed. And so everybody just falls in love with their organization. God just always, he just always comes through and shows us. And so then we vote, and we choose the organizations that we feel like that we can raise money for. And it's a little bit different because we pray about it. We're like, okay, Lord, we think that we can raise this much money. So we allot the money before we fundraise. So it's a little bit different.
No pressure, Debbie.
It is a walk of faith.
Yes.
It's a walk of faith.
Uh-huh.
Well,
do you mind me mentioning the 10
Oh,
agencies?
yeah, please do, because I want to talk about mine.
Yeah. We, this year, we are providing just under $240,000 of grants to 10 agencies. So that's the most that we've ever done.
Yeah.
And let me name the agencies that we're doing. We are giving grants to the Anna Cherry Foundation, Blessings International, Christian Homes and Family Services, Embrace Grace, Foster Love Bell County, Together for Good, Hope Pregnancy Centers, Nightlight Christian Adoptions, Together for Good, 40 Days for Life, and Yes.
It's exciting because this is my first year to get a chance to be one of the, what do you call, what is the job when you're talking to the agency? And
A researcher.
A researcher.
Yes.
Researcher. And so I was assigned Embrace Grace. And so Amy Ford is who I ended up talking to her virtually because she's located in the Metroplex in Dallas. And anyway, I was so impressed with my interview with her for Counsel for Life that I had her on the podcast, and we talked at length about what all she does. And so, but I didn't know that the group would say, yes, we want to give them money this year. And so, but they did. So very excited. And it was one of the happiest times for me to get to call her and say, Amy, yes, you're it. It's good. You got your grant. So it's really, it's an exciting thing that we do. But Counsel for Life supports these agencies that are affirming life, and not just unplanned pregnancies. It's really all ages of life. But it's so exciting to be a part of something that is supporting it financially, but we're not the ones that are on the phone, on the hotline, talking to someone. So really what Counsel for Life does is raise the money. And that's why Berkley and Debbie are so good at this. Debbie, let's talk a little bit about some of the things that will be happening at the luncheon on the 12th.
Okay. Well, we'll have valet parking. And when you come in, we have a pre-lunch reception from 11 to 12. And Kirk Cameron will have his books and be autographing books. And we will be selling raffle tickets. And we have 3 items on our raffle this year. We have a diamond cross necklace from Ladani Jewelers. We have an Oma Mahjong set that has everything Mahjong, which is the hottest thing right now.
Oh, yeah.
And then we have a Louis Vuitton purse.
Wow.
So we have raffle tickets are $50 each, or 3 for $125.
So can you get raffle tickets other ways besides being at the event?
Yes, we're going to have online raffle tickets where you can purchase them online. And then with your invitation, when you send back your invitation in that packet, there's also an opportunity to buy raffle tickets.
So you don't have to be present to win?
You do not have to be present to win, so buy your raffle tickets.
Well, I mean, these prizes are, I have friends I swear would crawl over broken glass to get to a Mahjong game.
Yes.
They love it. They love it. Are you all Mahjong players?
I am, yes.
Debbie is.
Okay, well.
I'm going to learn this summer.
Oh,
I'm
that's
learning. Yep, that's what I'm going to do this summer.
Right now, I do not have the bandwidth, as they say, to add one more thing.
My kids and husband and I have an 8 and a 10-year-old. We play almost a family game of Mahjong every night.
Do you
before bed.
really?
And we play by the rules. We're very intense.
Okay.
Very intense. So even kids can play the real.
Oh, I know. It's
American
sort of a
Mahjong.
multi-generational
Yes, so
thing,
I'm going
so-
for this. My ticket's going in the Mahjong bowl.
So when you buy a raffle ticket, it is for that specific item?
You can designate, yes, where you want your raffle
Okay.
ticket to go,
Okay.
in which item.
Well, that's exciting. Again, it's all to raise money for this amazing cause.
And then, of course, Kirk Cameron
Mhm.
is our speaker.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Well, we're very excited about that, and we do want to tell people that you do need to get reservations in, like in the next day. So if you're hearing this and you're thinking, "Oh, I think I'd like to go to the luncheon," it is not too late.
It is not too late, but the luncheon is in about 13 days. So it's almost too late. So please get on the website, Google Counsel for Life Central Texas. You will find our luncheon website. Tickets are $250 a piece, and you can buy that ticket online. And as Debbie said, if you can't be there, you can buy raffle tickets online, and that supports every penny that we profit from this luncheon is what fuels and funds these grants. This is our primary signature fundraiser of the year, and it is critical for the work that we do that we have a sellout luncheon, which we will. Every year we do.
Oh, we do every year. So aside though from hearing from Kirk Cameron, what are some of the other meaningful moments of the luncheon?
Well, thanks to Ann Harder.
No,
We-
Rogue Media.
and
I
Rogue
wanted you to
Media.
brag on my friends
Yes.
here at Rogue
We want
Media.
to really brag on Rogue Media, where we are right now. And the coordination with Ann Harder and our beneficiary chairs, we have an incredible video that will be playing that will spotlight each of the agencies we are funding this year. That will be there. We also have the words from some of our board members. Ann Harder will be our MC of the event.
Looking forward to it.
And
yeah.
we have a Methodist pastor giving the invocation, and we have a Catholic priest doing our benediction.
Aw.
And then, of course, we'll draw our raffle winners.
The raffle winners, of course. So this event really is, though, for anyone who wants, particularly if you want to learn more about what Counsel for Life is all about, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And we
And
also have honorary luncheon chairmen.
Let's talk about the Littlewoods. Yes.
Kim and David Littlewood, who've been invested in Counsel for Life since the beginning.
Yeah.
And they are our honorary luncheon chairman.
David was actually very instrumental in getting Counsel for Life to Waco. He was very instrumental in that process. They were wanting to expand. And at that time, they were having, because of the laws in Texas, they were having young girls come to Waco to get abortions. And so they really wanted Counsel for Life in Waco. So David we thought he was the perfect ambassador. He and TFNB have been such supporters of ours.
Yeah.
And we just greatly appreciate him.
We're grateful. And speaking of that, Carole, I was reading a statistic this morning that was published from a department from the United States government. And every day there are 3,026 precious little lives aborted. That really fuels what we do.
Yeah.
When you see that statistic.
Yeah. Yeah. So can you share a story maybe of how a beneficiary has made an impact in Central Texas? We recently were able to hear about the Nurse Family Partnership, which is a wonderful thing that's been around here in Central Texas for 10 years.
10 years through Baylor Scott and White.
Yeah, from Baylor Scott and White. And so, just it's wonderful for us on the board, because here we're trying to raise money for these groups, but to hear how lives are impacted. So you want to share something that you know of?
Yeah, I mean, lives are impacted through, foster care, adoption, the Waco doulas. We have granted them in the past. CareNet, Hope Pregnancy Center. This year we are, for the second time, funding a grant for Yes, which is a sexual abstinence program that they are. It's very big in Dallas. They're in a lot of schools, and they are coming. This is going to fund them to have a presence in Central Texas in our schools that has a sexual abstinence program for our youth and little ones of all ages. But one story I would like to share with you of just about Counsel for Life in general, and just a story that had an impact on someone. Every fall we have our fall education event. It's usually in October or November. And this year we had about 85 men and women. We had it at the Lowe's house. They were very generous. And we had a panel come. There was a physician from San Antonio, and then 2 people from Hope Pregnancy Center in Bell County. And they were speaking on the dangers of the abortion pill. It was fabulous. It was well attended. And unfortunately, that, abortion is, banned in Texas, but it is coming across our county in the mail, and homes and dorm rooms are becoming the new abortion rooms. And so I think God just really placed on our heart that this is something that needs to get out. They want to say it's like Tylenol. It's not like Tylenol. It's very dangerous. It's very violent. It's very dangerous to the mom. So we had this panel, and they were fabulous, and I think we all learned a lot from it. But after it was over, before we left, this woman tapped me on the shoulder, and she came up and she had tears in her eyes. And she said, it makes me tear up thinking about it, but she said, I want to thank you all for having this event today, because my life, my thoughts just changed on abortion. It just changed. And she said, I realized abortion is never okay. And I thought, wow, if this event was just for one person.
Yeah.
So we are making a difference. And those stories just really, like, it just fuels our fire to
Oh, yeah.
continue to help these agencies that are helping.
And we're
these
so
moms.
thankful to our government and church and community pro-life leaders
Mm-hmm.
and the laws that have been changed. Another statistic I was just reviewing, for the United States in 2025, we hit a record low of births, but a record high of abortions. That's a glaring
Yeah, right.
statistic.
I mean, the continuation of the of us is really kind of at stake. I mean, our replacement birth rate is not where it needs to be, and so yes, everything we can do on that score. And another thing, though, that Council for Life has done is to have a special event for pastors and faith leaders. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Yes, this is our first year to host an event for our pastors. And we we're going to have a little over 30 in attendance. And we're doing a breakfast for them. Thankful to one of our donors, TFNB, who is helping us put on that event. And we are having our executive director, Leanne Morris from Dallas, come in. And she's going to talk to the pastors about how they partner in Dallas with their churches, the history of Council for Life, and just how we're all on the same team.
Just information
Just
on
information.
what Council for Life is all about.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a delight to get to talk to you all about this, and for me personally to be a part of an organization that is doing such great work. Again, the lunch is going to be on May 12th at the Waco Convention Center, and it begins at 11 o'clock that day. It's a Tuesday, and the lunch itself will begin at noon, and we are, again, so excited that Kirk Cameron is coming to be with us to share his insight and his love and passion for the work of Council for Life as well. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ann.
Thank
All
you.
right. Stay with us. There's more of the show ahead.
It's the premier charity event of the year, the 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, presented by Ascension Providence. A fun evening filled with great food and drink, dancing, a spectacular auction, and more. This year's theme is Nashville Nights, Neon Lights, and Bullfights. Get your tickets now, donate, or be a sponsor. Help support the American Cancer Society to find a cure. The 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, October 24th at MCC Highlander Ranch. For more information, go to centraltexascattlebaronsball.org.
Like Alan Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Alan Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Earning an online certification is a quick and convenient way to gain industry-recognized credentials. Select your ACLS course. Print your ACLS certificate. You can print your certification wallet card. aclsnow.com.
Cleanse your body of accumulated toxins and embark on your wellness journey at your own pace. At Global Healing, we provide premium supplements to help your body heal naturally. Start your healing journey today at globalhealing.com and organichemp.com.
Designed to elevate the off-road experience, enabling adventurers to conquer any terrain. For 50 years, you've trusted us on your toughest recoveries, to your most breathtaking destinations, and in countless unforgettable memories.
For You Health, we believe wellness and lab testing should be accessible, inclusive, and yes, fun. With our tech-powered at-home lab test, you save time and money while feeling your best. For You Health. Visit foryouhealth.com today.
For anyone that's in the car buying mode or looking for a car right now or a truck, I would definitely come by Allen Samuels, get to know the people here like I have, how well I'm taking care of the dealership and how well, service and any kind of warranty issues or those sort of things. Because of the way they take care of me, it's made me a Ram driver. I said I don't think they'd want to go anywhere else if they came here.
Like Alan Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Alan Samuels Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Finance is evolving. Automation, data analytics, and AI are reshaping what finance teams do every single day. The best way to predict the future of finance is to be ready for it. If you want a head start, check out 365 Financial Analyst.
Earning an online certification is a quick and convenient way to gain industry-recognized credentials. Select your ACLS course. Print your ACLS certificate. You can print your certification wallet card. aclsnow.com.
Our patented handles were launched in 2018. We continue to push the boundaries of strength training. Join us in making your training more natural and effective. Visit engels90.com to learn more and revolutionize your workout.
Cleanse your body of accumulated toxins and embark on your wellness journey at your own pace. At Global Healing, we provide premium supplements to help your body heal naturally. Start your healing journey today at globalhealing.com and organichemp.com.
If I had somebody that was looking for a car, I would definitely recommend Alan Samuels. The trust that I have, the care that they take, they genuinely want to take care of you. They really ask for your feedback when you go to the support department to make sure they're taking care of you in every way possible. So I really appreciate that they listen to your feedback.
Like Alan Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Alan Samuels Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
The Riesel Fair is back and bigger than ever. Bring the whole family for a day packed with fun, from thrilling rides, delicious food, local vendors, and live music Friday night. Saturday music begins at 2 p.m. Admission is $5 for adults, 2 to 12 years, $3. 2 and under are free. Mark your calendar and join us for the Riesel Fair, May 7th through 9th. The Riesel Fair, where memories are waiting just for you.
Like Alan Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Alan Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Earning an online certification is a quick and convenient way to gain industry-recognized credentials. Select your ACLS course. Print your ACLS certificate. You can print your certification wallet card. aclsnow.com.
Our patented handles were launched in 2018. We continue to push the boundaries of strength training. Join us in making your training more natural and effective. Visit Engels90.com to learn more and revolutionize your workout.
Cleanse your body of accumulated toxins and embark on your wellness journey at your own pace. At Global Healing, we provide premium supplements to help your body heal naturally. Start your healing journey today at globalhealing.com and organichemp.com.
Designed to elevate the off-road experience, enabling adventurers to conquer any terrain. For 50 years, you've trusted us on your toughest recoveries, to your most breathtaking destinations, and in countless unforgettable memories.
At 4U Health, we believe wellness and lab testing should be accessible, inclusive, and yes, fun. With our tech-powered at-home lab test, you save time and money while feeling your best. 4U Health. Visit 4uhealth.com today.
For anyone that's in the car buying mode or looking for a car right now or a truck, I would definitely come by Alan Samuels, get to know the people here like I have, how well I'm taking care of the dealership and how well, service and any kind of warranty issues or those sort of things. Because of the way they take care of me, it's made me a Ram driver. And so I don't think they'd want to go anywhere else if they came here.
Like Alan Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Alan Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
It's easy for you and me to assume that people know what growing pains was all about, but that's entirely dependent on someone's age, right? If we go back and take a look at the show, this was something back in the 1980s, and I'm a grandfather now, and my kids' friends have no idea what growing pains was, but it's really wonderful to still be in this business and doing what I can to advance the pro-life cause, and also to make television that is nourishing and leading to blessing for families. So thanks for having me a part of your podcast today. And also, I'm really looking forward to coming to Waco.
Well, we are excited to have you here, but let's talk about those days when your life kind of took a turn from Hollywood and the whole thing. And so now you are focused on family values. Tell us how that journey started and tell us more about that.
Sure. So I grew up in Hollywood, California. My dad's a school teacher. My mom was at home raising me and my 3 little sisters. Some of you may know that my littlest sister, Candace, she played DJ Tanner on ABC's Full House, another sitcom. So we were both working on Growing Pains and Full House at the same time. My mom was taking turns driving us alternately back and forth to work. And I never grew up wanting to be an actor. In fact, that was something that just sort of happened to me at the suggestion of one of my mom's friends. I actually wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to go to school, college, medical school, but life took me down a different road. And I was always about family. I don't think Hollywood is antithetical to family per se, although Hollywood, just like Washington, D.C., or the music industry and other artistic avenues, tends to pump out things that appeal to people's lowest nature, pride, greed, lust, wrath, envy. And so it's become known for very destructive things. But I've had the privilege of being a part of good things in Hollywood, like Growing Pains. And so did my sister Candace with Full House. And because of a spiritual awakening in my life around 17 years old in the middle of Growing Pains, I made a conscious and deliberate choice to only be a part of family and faith-driven projects that I believed would be categorically good and would not be a part of the degradation of family that so much of Hollywood's become known for.
You mentioned your kiddos. I love that your son James is a part of your podcast. I was just listening to the most recent one you did with him about should conservatives and liberals be friends. You know, it was great. And I thought how sweet it is that you're able to have these adult conversations with a child that, you know, you brought up to believe certain things. And anyway, I just talk a little bit about James, because I understand he's coming with you, right?
Yes, I believe James is going to be coming with me. I'm never sure. You know, James is a grown man, and so he's got a schedule too that I don't control anymore, like I did when he was 10. But James and I have had a great time co-hosting the Kirk Cameron Show. I know it's not a very original name, but it's appropriate for me. And I also work with my other son, Jack, and with my daughter, Olivia, and our daughter in love. That's Jack's wife, Kaylee, and also working with other kids. So that's one of the great joys of my life, is being able to work together with my kids on something meaningful, consequential, and adventurous, like a podcast. And we're doing other things as well. So I'm loving life. This is a great season. My wife and I moved from California to Tennessee. All 6 of our children are grown. They moved out of the house. And fortunately for us, we all live within about 25 miles of each other. So we're still getting together for Sunday night dinners. Mom's lasagna is not to be beat anywhere. And I fill in with some chicken pot pies when she's not able to. So life has been really great with the kids.
Oh, that's wonderful. You used the word brave a minute ago. Talk a little bit about Brave Books.
Brave Books is a company out of Texas who has been making children's books of Christian virtue. So teaching children about the priority of family, about trusting in God, teaching children to overcome their fears, the importance of their First Amendment rights and their Second Amendment rights, teaching children how to love their enemies and to learn to understand their identity from God's perspective, not the culture's perspective or how they feel. And this has actually been turned into a new children's television program called Iggy and Mr. Kirk. I play Mr. Kirk, and you could think of it as a new Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood for this generation's families. And I'm raising a little green iguana. He's 5 years old, so think of Kermit the Frog, but a lizard instead. And he's being raised in our backyard treehouse with a whole cast of colorful animal characters, like Sydney the squirrel and a vulture named Culture, and Carlos the rabbit. And he's got to learn all the lessons that everyday 5-year-olds need to learn about who to trust, about how to find the truth, about not lying, about how to admit when you've made a mistake and ask forgiveness. These are the kinds of things that I think our families need right now. And that's what I'm continuing to lean into.
Oh, it's wonderful you're using your talents in these ways to strengthen families. What are you concerned the most about what our families are facing now?
Well, many people lament the culture today, and they think in their mind, because of what they see, that the world is just getting worse and worse and worse. And that's largely reinforced by a media that likes to peddle fear and outrage and show you the most extreme things, because they know it will glue your eyes to the screen where they can advertise. So there's a lot of trickery and smoke and mirrors going on here. It's not to say that there aren't evil things in the world, but what really concerns me is when people mistakenly think that things are only going to get worse, either because they've been told that or they've read that somewhere, when the reality is we have an opportunity for things to get much, much better. And I say that because if you look back into history and go back to the Roman Empire, or just go back 500 years, you'll find that culture was far, far more difficult. When you look back through history, you'll find that especially Christians, people of faith, they were the ones who were so deeply persecuted. I mean, we don't have gladiatorial games anymore where Christians were being thrown to lions. We have a degree of civility within our culture, especially here in America, where we consider slavery to be wrong and child sacrifice to be abhorrent. Well, in a sense, we can look at abortion and call that child sacrifice, and it's acceptable in some circles. But those of us whose eyes have been opened consider this to be horrible. Why? Because we have a moral standard that is so much more elevated than what it was 1,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago, where the unthinkable was just good business practice. And today, it's much, much better than it was then because of our moral value codes and good people like you and others who are going to be there at this luncheon who value life. That's why we have hospitals. That's why we have education. That's why we are generous and we send out missionaries and have the Peace Corps, is because we value life much more than we did a long time ago. And so what I want people to do is stop a pessimistic viewpoint or an escapist worldview, looking to get out of here and just get to heaven. Instead, understand that now is the time for us to make the difference that we can make in the world for the sake of our children, our grandchildren, and the honor of God.
What are some simple ways families, though, can stay grounded in their values?
Well, raise your kids. Don't farm that out to somebody else. It sounds so simple, and our grandparents understood this. My wife understands this. She's with my granddaughter right now, and she's taking walks with her in the backyard and feeding the chickens and reading her stories and just taking the time to raise your own children or your own grandchildren. You know, so much of our culture has been programmed to be self-centered. You know, everyone's all about me time and self-care. And yes, that's important. Even Jesus went out to the wilderness to be alone and talk with his Father. But he said, I didn't come to be served, I came to serve and to give my life as a ransom for many. And the blessing is in the giving of your time, not in the taking of time. So I would say everyday practices like sit down and have a meal together at time, talk, turn off the television, shut down the electronics so that you can go for a walk, watch a sunset, enjoy a sunrise with a cup of coffee, and talk to your children and grandchildren about what matters to you. These are the things that need to get built into their hearts and minds, seeds that need to be planted into their soul. And I believe that God waters those seeds and causes them to grow and produce sweet fruit.
Kirk, what keeps you encouraged and motivated in your work? People who don't quit, people who don't get so discouraged, people who don't back down from their convictions, but rather fight for what is right, live out their faith in love,
And they do it with fire and with passion, and they partner together with other people in this loving army of compassion that I believe God is building. He's recruiting people all over this country and around the world to shine light into the darkness. And by the way, darkness has never won a fight with light, ever. It really takes very little light. You can light a match or a candle, walk into a vast darkness, and the darkness cannot snuff it out. In fact, the darkness has to leave. Just this last Easter morning, I was thinking about the fact that the night before, if someone didn't know better, they could have thought that the sun had its run. It had warmed up the day and made everything sunny, but then it died when it dipped down into the grave of the horizon. But if you just wait a while, that sun comes back up. And what happens to the darkness? It doesn't resist, can't. It just flees. And I think that's exactly what happens when you and I walk into a dark culture where maybe people's understanding has dimmed with regard to the sanctity of life or any other issue that's important. And we begin to shine the light of the truth in love. We do that, the darkness has no chance. All it can do is try to convince us that we're weak, that we're powerless, that we're too late, and we can't make a difference. But we've got to know whose voice to tune into. And the voice of truth tells us that light always wins the fight against darkness.
Well said, well said. One last question. What do you hope the hundreds of people who will be attending the Celebrating Life Luncheon, what do you hope they take away from that day?
Well, I don't want to program people's hopes, but I will tell you that I'm hoping to meet you. I'm hoping personally to be inspired that evening for wind to fill my sails and to put gas in my tank to continue on for another year, doing good, loving people, trusting God. And I know that this event is going to accomplish that. I know I'm also going to meet wonderful people who are like-minded. We share value systems, and I believe that I'm going to have a chance to partner together with people that I haven't even met yet to do things that I've never even considered to advance the good and amplify the light. And I know that my children and my grandchildren will benefit from that. So it's going to be a night of hope and encouragement. I know it's going to be inspiring, and I personally hope that everybody will come with great expectations, with generous hearts looking to support, and also to maybe even tell friends so that they can come in and experience it too.
Well, we are excited again about having you here. It's an exciting journey we are all on as well, wouldn't you say? Appreciate you so much being on the Ann Harder Show. Again, a real innovative title for a podcast. But I am looking forward to meeting you in person as well. And we pray for safe travels and look forward to May 12th. Thanks again for being with us.
Thanks so much for having me on your show.
Bye-bye.
See you soon.
It's the premier charity event of the year, the 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, presented by Ascension Provident. A fun evening filled with great food and drink, dancing, a spectacular auction, and more. This year's theme is Nashville Nights, Neon Lights, and Bullfights. Get your tickets now, donate, or be a sponsor. Help support the American Cancer Society to find a cure. The 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, October 24th at MCC Highlander Ranch. For more information, go to centraltexascattlebaronsball.org.
For anyone that's in the car buying mode or looking for a car right now or a truck, I would definitely come by Allen Samuels, get to know the people here like I have, how well I'm taking care of the dealership and how well, service and any kind of warranty issues or those sort of things. Because the way they take care of me, it's made me a Ram driver. And so I don't think they'd want to go anywhere else if they came here.
Like Allen Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Allen Samuels Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Earning an online certification is a quick and convenient way to gain industry-recognized credentials. Select your ACLS course. Print your ACLS certificate. You can print your certification wallet card. aclsnow.com.
Our patented handles were launched in 2018. We continue to push the boundaries of strength training. Join us in making your training more natural and effective. Visit Engels90.com to learn more and revolutionize your workout.
Cleanse your body of accumulated toxins and embark on your wellness journey at your own pace. At Global Healing, we provide premium supplements to help your body heal naturally. Start your healing journey today at globalhealing.com and organichemp.com.
Designed to elevate the off-road experience, enabling adventurers to conquer any terrain. For 50 years, you've trusted us on your toughest recoveries, to your most breathtaking destinations, and in countless unforgettable memories.
Finance is evolving. Automation, data analytics, and AI are reshaping what finance teams do every single day. The best way to predict the future of finance is to be ready for it. If you want a head start, check out 365 Financial Analyst.
At 4U Health, we believe wellness and lab testing should be accessible, inclusive, and yes, fun. With our tech-powered at-home lab test, you save time and money while feeling your best. 4U Health. Visit 4uhealth.com today.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
If I had somebody that was looking for a car, I would definitely recommend Allen Samuels. The trust that I have, the care that they take, they genuinely want to take care of you. They really ask for your feedback when you go to the support department to make sure they're taking care of you in every way possible. So I really appreciate that they listen to your feedback.
Like Allen Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Apollo Neuro is a new kind of wearable that helps your body recover from stress, that helps you calm down and feel better. You sleep better, and you can get back to being yourself. Learn more at apolloneuro.com.
I had a panic moment running my hands through my hair, and that's when I found Keeps. Keeps gave me the results that I was really looking for.
I definitely felt a lot more confident once I saw my hair coming back.
Keeps has given me the control of my hair back.
Get your first month free at keeps.com.
It's not just a glove, it's a 44 Pro. Crafted with dedication, made for performance, and built to last. Get your custom glove today at 44pro.com and experience the 44 Pro difference. That's 44pro.com, 44 Pro.
This is a Rogue Media Network production.